For this segment of A Bit of Addison History, I will explain what items the Addison Museum collects and preserves and how you can donate items. The mission of the Addison Historical Museum is to bridge the past, present, and future by procuring, preserving, and presenting village history and engaging its diverse and vibrant community. The museum is a cooperative effort of the Addison Historical Society and the Village of Addison. The village owns and maintains the museum's 3 historic structures and provides 2 full-time professional staff members to operate the museum. The Addison Historical Society is a 501c3 not-for-profit organization that collects, preserves, and interprets the history of Addison, Illinois by acquiring primary and secondary source material for the museum regarding social, political, geographical, architectural, and cultural development of the village. The Society collects 3-dimensional objects, paper and digital archival materials, and archival and digital photographs. The Society has a collections management policy which defines the scope of its collecting activities. All items acquired for the museum must directly relate to the history of Addison, Illinois. The only exceptions to this requirement are items procured for the interpretation of the museum's period home, the Century House. These items must date from the 1893 to 1927 time era of the home and represent items a middle-class family from Addison would have owned. Items that reflect broader DuPage County, Illinois, or American history are outside the scope of the museum's collecting activities. For these types of items, staff can often recommend other potential institutions for donors to contact. The Society also does not collect duplicates of items it already has in its collection or items that are in poor condition. Items whose size or weight pose storage and care issues are also not accepted. So, if you have an item that you believe is of historic interest and value, how should you proceed? The best way is to call or email the museum to provide us with a detailed information about the item you are considering donating. The museum office is staffed Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Our direct phone number is 630-628-1433, or you may email us at museum@addison-il.org. If you are emailing us, please include a full description of the item, including measurements, an explanation of how the item relates to Addison history. An attached photograph or 2 is also extremely helpful. If you have original archival items such as family genealogies, land deeds, or historic photographs that you do not want to part with, but you feel have local historical significance, the museum does have the ability to make high-resolution scans of 2-dimensional original items. Please do not drop off items anonymously at the museum. To accept or accession an item into the permanent collection, the museum needs a signed deed of gift form from the donor. This document transfers legal ownership of the item to the museum so that it can be utilized in both online and physical exhibits and shared with researchers. The museum is currently looking to augment its collection of Addison material from the early 20th century to the current day. Specific item categories that we collect include legal and personal documents, maps, photographs, and objects. These items should relate to Addison residents, community organizations, taxing bodies, and businesses. Several research areas the museum is especially interested in include the stories of why people chose to move to Addison when they did, the residential growth of the community, and the history of neighborhood areas, and the items and services provided by Addison businesses. For the individual stories, you may submit your own reminiscence or complete our resident questionnaire. To document the residential growth of Addison, we are seeking subdivision developer marketing materials and contemporaneous photographs of your home and neighborhood. For Addison businesses, we request you fill out our survey form, provide marketing material and photographs of your facility and product, and donate an example of your product line for inclusion in our display of items made in Addison. With your kind assistance, the museum can continue to collect, document, preserve, and share the unique history of Addison for generations to come. You can learn more about the history of Addison by visiting the Addison Historical Museum. The museum is located at 135 West Army Trail Boulevard in Addison. For information on hours, programs, and services, please visit the museum section of the Village of Addison website.